Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk today about my process that I use in my planning. Now, I do have a couple different planners that I use. I have an EDC as my everyday carry. That happens to be right now a D-ring Malden, and it stays with me as I travel around. So we'll talk about that at some other time. But what I want to talk about today is my main planner that stays in the house or in the office. And it actually is a workhorse that contains all the planning information. This is where my planning is done. Right now I'm using the A5 Malden. You can see it's been a couple years old, but still holds up very well, nice and smooth. In it, I like the fact that it has two pen holders. So I've got one mechanical pencil here. This is a Right in the Rain. It's a size 9 lead. I like the little thicker size lead. In the zipper pouch here, I do have another a red friction erasable. I also have an eraser and some extra ink refills there. Plus I have my post-it notes. I don't use a lot in here, but I do. One thing I do have in here, I want to make special symbols and also some cardboard. Some people have said that the Malden tends to be a little floppy, and I like to have a little cardboard in there to make it a little bit more sturdy. And then in the back, I have the second pen holder. I've got my Dr. Grip 4+1, so it's got 4 ink plus the pencil. It's a great little tool, and I keep that clipped in here. And then I also have a rodeo pad for meetings to take notes. So with that in mind, let's take a look now at how I do my planning. So at the end of the week, prior to the new week beginning, I'll sit down and do my weekly review. It's a combination of Franklin Covey and David Allen's Getting Things Done, and you'll see that in here. So you typically Sunday night I'll do my weekly review, and I do like to have this in front of me. This is from David Allen's Getting Things Done, the idea of capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. And I like this quote that focus on positive outcomes and continually taking the next action of the most important things. So I like to start my weekly report or weekly review with this in mind. So from there, what I'll do is I'll go to my master calendar, which is online right now, and I will transfer everything from the master calendar to hard copy paper. I like having this, it's all in front of me all at once. I like this. So I've done that now just for the sake of convenience and time for this video. But you can see I have my appointments for next week written down. And I also have some action items and reminders. My mom's birthday is the 30th. Bob is going to respond to me. I'm waiting for, WF is waiting for Bob's response on the 29th. I've got to prep for a breakfast with Jeff H. Another Jeff is sending me a resume and his application. So in this column, these are all the things that are related to action items or next action items. In fact, I'm going to do some errands next week. I need batteries. I've got to return a package to Amazon. I'll bring it over to Kohl's, and then I got to return a manual. So this is all laid out here. So as I go through that, if something else pops up during that weekly review, I will add it to this. And this stays constant. I can always look at this and see exactly what my week looks like. Now, the next point then is I go to what I do block planning, if you will, or block scheduling. So I'll lay everything out, and I'll take a look at this, and I'll say, okay, the dentist appointment is going to take probably about an hour. So I'll block out an hour. I've got travel time in there. So I'll know, okay, I need to leave around 8:30 to make the appointment. A little bit of traffic, I want to leave about 8:15, so I may say leave 8:15. And I found that putting the travel time in here, it really helps me. Some travel time there. So if something comes up, I know that I'm not available till 11:30. Then looking at the rest of the day, everything is good. Available. I will block out bowling 6:30, and that's going to go to about 8:30, so I'll block that out. At some point in time, I want to eat, so I'm going to put in dinner around 5:30. Looking ahead, Wednesday, I've got Rotary. That's going to go for an hour, again at 1:30 to 11:30 for travel time. And then breakfast with Jeff, I got to look, that's at 6:30 in the morning. That should go up to about 8:30. And so then I've got time here. My planning meeting, I've got to confirm that. I'm looking at that. It's usually a 3-hour plan, so I've got to confirm that. And that will take me right till 12:30. And I get the Zoom call at 1. So right there, I know I got a tight time constraint, no time for lunch. And then date night, we've got the date night planned at 6:30, or 7:30 actually. And I'll look at that and I'll say, you know what? I need to make reservations for that. So that's something. Oh, so that came up. Got to make reservations. We've got soccer practice coming up on Saturday. It's my turn to drive. So, oh yeah, I got to drive. I'll write that down. I drive the kids. And then on Sunday we've got their prayer meeting and then the service in the morning. And then we should be much free, probably about noon. Tied up there. So I've got that all laid out. Again, some new things have come up. I got to make a reservation for date night, and so forth. So I got all that laid out. So then, as I'm going through my next step in the weekly review, then is to go to the daily activity. And let's assume in this case, let's assume I've done the weekly review, and it's Thursday night. I'm doing a kind of a catch-up review because I do take a review every night, not my main weekly review, but a daily review. And so this one is going to be a Friday. It's actually going to be a Friday. So let's plan our Friday. So what I'll do is I'll go back here and I will take out this list, which has been updated throughout the week. It's been updated here, and then I'll go to my weekly. And what I'll do before I fill that out for Friday, it's typically done on Thursday night, but I'll look at this. This is John Maxwell's Daily Dozen. And here it's a good reminder. He's got attitude, focus, health, family, thinking, commitment, finances, faith, relationships, generosity, values, and growth. And I look at this every day to help keep me focused. So now what I'll do is I have a blank piece of paper in here. I'm going to call this my daily record of events. The daily record of events, and that's going to be for Friday, and that is January 3rd. The daily record of events, that's a holdover from my days when using Franklin Planner, the DRE. That's the right side. So then I'll take this and I'll say, okay, what's Friday look like? Well, Friday I've got the planning meeting, and I'll actually write it in, planning meeting. And that's going to go to 12:30. Then I've got the Zoom call. That should only be about an hour. And then I've got the date night, we'd say at 7:30. Now what I need to know is I need to make reservations for the date night. So reservations for date night. That's an action item, and that's actually a phone call. Then I look at some other things I got to do. Okay, I'm waiting for the Jeff S. to respond with his application and resume. And also, as I look at that, you know what? I'm going to be going by a store. So at this point, remember I was talking about an errand to run to get some batteries? I'm going to put that down, batteries. And at the same token, I might as well return the manual. That's over on here. So I'm looking at all this thing, and I'm saying, okay, did I get everything done? Is there anything else that I have to be concerned about? Not really, although practice is on Saturday. What I might want to do is I'll make a phone call just to confirm practice, confirm that I'm driving. First of all, that it's on, and then I'm driving. So I went through. So this is on my schedule, very similar to a Franklin Planner page. I happen to be using the Filofax. I like that a little bit better for my needs. And then over here is all my action items. At this point, I will also take a look at my other action items. So in the back of my planner, I have 6 tabs. I have action list, I have projects, finance, eBay, which I'm selling some things on eBay, things to file, and extra paper. So the first one is action list. So I'll go through the emails, follow-up, errands, anything like that to make sure I got everything captured for today, being Friday. Then I'll look at the agenda, anybody I need to talk to. I look at my projects. I'll take a look at finances, the eBay items I have listed, what's the status on that, and then any notes that I filed in here that have to be filed in the office or at some point. And then finally, extra paper. I do have tabs there if I want to take those out and use them for whatever my planning purpose I got stored there. So I've got everything pretty much laid out. So now my day is ready to go. I will go ahead and take my notes here. I've got everything set here, and I'll plug this back in, and I am ready to go for my day. So hopefully you find that helpful. What you see is a combination of Franklin Planner and getting things done. Franklin Planner, where there's a focus on day-to-day activities, but the overall action items are getting things done through David Allen. So hopefully you found that helpful. If there's any comments you want to make, please make those in the comments. You have some things that maybe you might suggest I could do things a little better, let me know. If you like this, hit the like button. Also subscribe to my channel. There is some duplicate effort going on here. Some people might say, well, why do you have two calendars? I like having a master calendar on electronics, but I also like to see laying things out, especially in the blocking. It's really helpful to me. So hopefully you find it helpful, and thanks for watching.